Greetings and welcome to the upcoming Artist Radio Live Weekly Recap, where I go through all of my personal favorite submissions. This week we had a total of 126 submissions played, and I've deliberated through all the ones I marked down to see which ones tickle my musical taste fancy the most, and I've ordered them so we will be featuring them and reacting to them 10 and then top 3 of the 10. This is the FERM Favs. Again, I try to keep genre variety in mind. I have very broad tastes in music. I'm always respectful on the streams, but you know when something really hits me in a special way. It doesn't have to be the best quality, although that helps. Sometimes it's just very interesting, wacky, as you'll see, or downright great vibes. Let's get right into it with the honorable mentions, the tracks that were on my marked down timestamp list, but ultimately I didn't decide to choose these in the top 10. Therefore, I will shout out the names and the tracks to give them their much due respect. The honorable mentions in no particular, actually it is a particular order. It's the order in which they were sent in over the week in my list here. The first one, Rockstar Life, One Word, Three Eyes, Fall in Line. One of my favorite tracks of his. I've given him the spotlight many times as a personal friend of mine. It could have easily been in the top 10, but I at least have to acknowledge it. Great song, Fall in Line, Rockstar Life. Millennial Animal, Trapdoor. Always a big fan of Millennial Animal. Classic alt-rock vibes with his demos. Misbehavior with Prostituta, her sensual reggaeton. Most High Phonies, a drum cover by some awesome professional drummer. That was cool. Stephen B. the Great, STFU, awesome video, awesome rapping. C9 with Mob Ties, classic, great hip-hop. Nath. N8F with Geeked. Nath doing his Nath stuff. JT01, Something to Talk About. Very stylized, as I call it, Eminem-like flows, and he does it very well with a beautiful collab hook on that one. Lentz Music, Year Review. Very interesting, very creative song and video. A satirical sort of commentary on people doing year reviews, but in a sarcastic, very funny. Tay 5K with Neon Leopard made his own beat for this one. It was very interesting sound, cool stuff. Ednita Castillo with Nothing On But the Radio, a really awesome original song she wrote that I thought was a cover because great stuff. LB Sickening with Good Riddance, always with the fire bars and animations to go along with it. Very cool. Beneath Totality with Pieces. Rock on, heavy metal. And of course, to everyone, shout out to everyone that sends in tracks and joins the streams. It's very fun. I always enjoy hearing your music. Even if it's not my favorite, I keep the most open of minds I can when listening to music, because I love music, and as long as it sounds decent, I can vibe with it for a few minutes at a time. You know what I'm saying? So shout out everyone. But to those honorable mentions, you made it close. Mad respect to you all. Now let's get into my 10 favorites from last week out of the 126 tracks played. No particular order except the top 3. First one I'm going to show is Neem Keys, Litterbug. Had to put another Neem Keys in here. Everything he does is just so unique. Let's give it a listen. Litterbug by Neem Keys. He just keeps pulling tracks out of the archive. He has so many. It blows my mind, and it blows my mind at how different each one is. His quote on this track was it was something about leaving empty beer cans around the bedroom or house or whatever. Litterbug, Neem Keys. Next on the list, I'd like to feature a track called Adore You by Scotty, a new contributor. I think he said he was 15. Let's check it out.
Always looking back, wondering what could have been. I really want you back, just tell me what happened. Adore you, never ignore you. I can't sleep when you're away. I need you now, need you today. I said I adore you, never ignore you. I can't sleep when you're away. I need you now, need you today.
Adore You by Scotty, also featuring Dirk. A sweet love song, chill, good melodies, good vibes. Scotty, thank you for joining the community and sending that in. Next on the list, we've got D-Lo coming back at it. I gave him a break last week because he was on 2 weeks in a row on my favorites, but this one's extra special. It's called My Leg, featuring Kaz by D-Lo. If you've watched SpongeBob enough, you would have been just like me when I first read that on the queue. Is that a SpongeBob meme reference? Yes, it is. Let's check it out again.
Get in the Krusty Krab, you know that I'ma be building it. I feel like I am a fancy son. You can just call me Spillium. I called him Kaz, yeah, yo, Zach. We gotta get the net. He said, bet. How is there so much water in the sea and she's still getting wet? I asked the magic conjure for some head, and she said yes. She's not a phone, she just got undressed. I'm in my zone, just give me a breath. I'm a better home, I get her a dress. I just gotta post, I just gotta flex like Larry the Lobster. If I had a snail, he would just win. Number one up on the roster. I was driving with Mrs. Puff. She said, get out of my lane. I slipped on an ice cube and then I said, my leg. My fucking leg.
My Leg, featuring Kaz by D-Lo. What a fun time. The SpongeBob memes, the great sound. It's a vibe. Very nostalgic with the SpongeBob references. Hell yeah. Next on the list, another one from Character, who made it in 2 weeks or so back, but this time with that special Dick McGuffin sauce. This one's called Talk Shit. Character and Dick McGuffin.
They've been hating since my birth. I didn't fit it anywhere I went. Never did get used to it. On the microphone is where I vent. While I scratch my hairy ass and I smoke my cherry grass. I just had a milkshake. It'll suck when the dairy pass. Lactose intolerance, back problems, my knees are giving. Yes, children, this the cost of living. I was a Toys R Us kid. Didn't wanna grow up. Now I did, and I use flushable wipes from my butt. I love it when they talk shit. It'll bother me a bit. Truth be told, it's the thing that gets me lit.
Talk Shit by Character with the Dick McGuffin beat. Character's signature goofy, wacky lyrics and style, but a great sound at the same time, doing a little message about getting old and being weird. It's right up my alley. Also note that a lot of great beats are submitted, and that's included in the number of track submissions I mentioned earlier that I played in totality. If you're a beat producer and you're hoping to find one of your beats as a favorite track, I'm mostly sticking to songs with songs as in singing with them, you know? Beats are great, but something special happens when you add the voice, obviously. Not that it's impossible for a beat to make it into the FERM Favs. I say maybe, but it has to be seriously, intensely, instrumentally amazing for me to stick it in with other songs. But Character brought in Dick McGuffin with him, who's been sending in his signature, unique, also style of beats, which is why they're such a great pair. I wanted to throw that in there as a comment. Shout out Dick McGuffin and the Character collabs. Next up on the list, we've got the Menacing Threats Productions crew here. Menace, KSN, Killa B, and Drizzle. Nefarious is the track.
I get to the point like a decimal, hawk like I'm incredible, impeccable. I'm walking over rappers who ain't legible. Hold up, you pussies better sit the fuck still, cause if I'm keeping it real, nobody here touching my skill. Y'all better count to infinity, I'm light years beyond you. Me, I catch a buzz and float on the beat like a pontoon. Me, I'm like a wrecking ball that crashes in a building, and man, it's regicidal cause I've been known to go kill kings. Pull the sword from my abdomen, but I still sting. Still bringing heat to the beat, nobody gon' kill me. Me, I go and dump on him, my pen game is filthy. That line's in the water cause you bout to know the real me.
And the bars kept going on and on. I would have loved to play more, but for the sake of the brevity of this video, I had to cut it there. But so many bars, and shout out to the KSN, Killa B, and Drizzle. Nefarious, great collab. Next up on the list, a return from the Ryan Ray. This one, another one with the concept is right up my alley. Welcome to the Freak Show.
We are the macabre and the strange. We'll lead you to your grave. Run away. Run away. Welcome to the Freak Show. Welcome to the Freak Show.
Welcome to the Freak Show, the Ryan Ray. He described it as a Marilyn Manson kind of vibe. It does for sure have that feel. It's a long song too, almost 6 minutes. It's great sound, it's great melodies, it's great writing, and the Freak Show is what it's all about here. Shout out the Discord server, FERM's Freak Kingdom. Invite link below. And next on the list, Dancer Music, Alone, featuring Initials.
The grave. I'm in New York and they already know me. 24 shots, I feel like I'm Kobe. 20 shots, I feel like a goalie. I got the cheese, no macaroni. Better leave me alone. Better lower your tone. I got that chopper, send you to the home. I got that chopper, hit you with the drone. That is good, looking real breezy. Yeah, girl on her knees and she tryna tease me. Been purple, spin a dirty Sprite, call it green. Yeah, take a couple Percocets and call it green.
Dancer Music, Alone, featuring Initials. Got that intense hyperpop, I believe you would call that. Explosive, vibey sound. Very cool stuff. Alone, featuring Initials. Dancer Music. And now we get to the top 3. The 3 out of the 10 that I picked as my ultimate favorites gave me the biggest vibe tingles in the ear brains. And also, if you may have noticed on some of the clips in the corners from the Friday show, I am now including the top 3 as a slideshow, their names on the stream as an extra honor to them for submitting songs that were very much enjoyed exceptionally by myself. So let's get into the first one. Again, there's no real order here. It's just top 3. All kind of different sounds. This first one is Albi by Asleek.
سماكي لو تنسي حضل ادوب بهواكي ما بنساكي وتنساني بس كيف تنساني كيف سرقتي قلبي نظرات عيونك كيف سرقتي قلبي بلديكي قلبي 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 كل من جمالك انتي غاره ضلي جنبي جنبي ضلي بقلبي بيدي كل اسراره قلبي 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 كلهن من جمالك انتي غاره ضلي جنبي جنبي ضلي بقلبي بيدي كل اسرار.
Albi, Asleek, ASLI1K. Palestinians cooking up some dope vibes there. I don't know what any of it meant actually, but sounds great to me. Another of the top 3 and another new name from the week, Jesse Melancholy with Wake Me Up. Let's just check it out.
I wish I didn't hurt you, and it hurts me to think that the girl that I need was someone that isn't me. I'm trying so hard not to wanna fucking die. There's way too much that's been eating at my mind. Yeah, so go forget me if you wish. Such a mask on my face, yeah, I know you sound slim. You hurt me so bad, so please don't go play innocent. All the things you don't say, I can taste them where you live. Wake me up, I'm already way too bad. Just just for once, forgetting what we had. I can't even name when I think about it. Baby, what's your name? Please just think about it. I wish I wasn't alone. I feel like crying again, burying my eyes in a phone.
Wake Me Up by Jesse Melancholy. Huge fan of these different emo subgenre lanes that are inspired by punk and pop rock and all that. The emo lyrics and there's an intensity to it. It reminds me a little bit of also Ghostir and Gulix. Maybe all three should do a little collab. I don't know. Great stuff. Love the vibe. Very cool. Last but certainly not least of the top three, a song called Out of Mind by Kota. Kota. Let's check it out. Out of Mind by Kota. What a beautiful chorus. It's just pretty. Makes me feel good. Out of Mind by Kota. The last to close us out for this week's FERM Faves. And that'll do it. Those were my personal 10 favorite submissions out of the 126 that were played last week. I hope you enjoyed them all as much as I did and do. Leave a comment below which one was your favorite. Or did you have a favorite that wasn't mentioned here? And as always, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Join the live streams every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when we start the show. 7:50 is when it goes live. The queue opens. It's a fun time. You might send in a track that's one of my favorites. As always, remember, musical taste is very subjective. It's very personal. There's a lot of variables that go into it. It's very hard to describe or even understand, but it's just about the way it makes you feel. So keep feeling the music. Rock on. Have a good one. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Peace. Out.
Wake me up, I'm already way too bad. Just for once, forgetting what we